morning, Justin Equinedge, Fairgrounds, Louisiana Champions Day. Great card, 12 races, all state bred. Good day yesterday. Pick five was 2250. Returned about $400 with that scratch in the race four, and good thing we added the 8 in race 5 because the horse won. Caused that to pay a lot better. We're gonna cover a lot today. Gonna try to not make this too long. I don't think I'm gonna play the pick 5 early. You can, I actually like this ticket for $1. It kind of sounds crazy, but I think it's just pressing opinions. I think that race 1 and race 5 are your tough races. And so I'm just going with my top pick in each race. I think Angelic Knights, it's a dream trip here off the speed. There's a lot of speed here. I don't like outside posts when they're going 1 or 2 turns. I think the speed could stop. I think the 1 sits a dream trip. The 4 could close. I don't know, so I like some of there's a couple of singles I thought here. So you kind of got to decide where to go, but I don't know. I played it for $5. And so, if it hits, great. If it doesn't, you're out $5. Or actually I think it was $10 because I ended up going too deep here, but I think all these horses have shots in these races. So, and I played the pick 4 back if the 1 loses, just because I like the sequence. Race 2, I think Highly Wicked's going to be tough. I think Clearly Attest has a big shot. I really do. I know this horse likes to run second, and Highly Wicked is extremely dangerous. I think the exacta play is with the 1 horse with the 2 horse. And, maybe it's just a 2-1 cold, and maybe you Dutch it. But I'm using Clearly Attest with Paco and Shane over using Jonathan Wong or the West horse, who are going to take all the money. I think Clearly Attest the horse, that could sit the trip. I do think Highly Wicked, very tough, just been dominant on the turf. Really the only one, if you're EE user, you can see my analysis down here. I'll cover Fairgrounds every single day of the meet. I like doing videos, though, because I usually can see this track really well, and I like to give them out to you all. So, but I think Clearly Attest finds a great spot here. Only been on the turf 3 times, but has ran well and gets 8.5, which I love for Paco here. And has been running at this level, but not winning. But the thing is, when you look at these turf efforts, look, ran third, was 8 lengths back, but that was the 66. So tough race in here, ran third and just missed. So it's a short field, but I think Paco gets a great trip, and in the exacta, that's the play for me in this race. But get back to the pick 5. I am going to use 2 there because I think Clearly Attest maybe could upset, and you're going to get a great price. So anybody who knows me, I think Secret Faith is special, and I think she's a fabulous horse. She's obviously 10 of 13. The only state bred race she's lost is the Blue Fire, and that was last year on this day in a different stakes race. And we saw what happened last out. She freaking hopped at the start and still won by 2.5 lengths. I hit a big pick 4, pick 5 this day. I can't remember to start the meet. I'd have to look back, but had her single, loved her. She's 10 of 13. She's so special as a state bred. She's an awesome Louisiana bred. I think she gets another dream trip. The race sim does not like Blue Fire again. Going to take a boatload of money for Jose and Steve. I don't know if she can rate. And if she can't rate, I don't think Jose can get the lead. I think Fast Flame too tough. But, maybe she can. If she gets the lead, she'll be tough in Blue Fire. But I think Secret Face special. I think she sits a good trip. And, that'd be a single for me in the early pick, in the early pick 5. And I also think, and if you don't want a single there, you could spread a little bit. And again, if anybody just joined me, I think race 1 and 5 are the toughest. But I like this ticket because it's cheap and it's all my top picks. So the single of the sequence is Touch Upon a Star. I was super bummed in this race because I loved it. Would have been my second best bet of the card. Yeah, race 9, my best bet. But I loved the 2-5 exacta. Loved, and we were probably going to get about 8-10 to 1, because I think the 3 would have taken money, and I think maybe the others might take some money. But the 5 scratch, Touch Upon a Star, another special Louisiana bred, 4 or 5 at the distance, 18 of 25. I mean, she's going to run them off their feet. I'm not a fan of Sipping on Gin, all these layoff lines on Sipping on Gin. I just don't like it. I mean, I know she ran and lost as a favorite here. So, Touch Upon a Star, the home, Thornton in town. He doesn't ride a ton of fairgrounds, but was here to start the meet and shows up on these days. She running them off their feet. Like, she long gone, in my opinion. So, she would be the biggest single of the sequence, 1-9, gonna be 1-9 with the scratch of the 5. But, I think the other one, Secret Faith here. And again, if you just joined, I think the 1, my top pick here, I think It's a Dream Trip. Again, this is all my top picks. So playing it cheap, played it for, $5 base, cost $10. Yeah, let's talk race 5. And then we're going to get into, some best bets. So this race, I would say, is probably the toughest on the card. And you probably say, well, why are you single on pick 5? Again, I'm not going to play a big pick 5. If I played a pick 5, it was going to be well over $100. And I don't like to share tickets like that unless I think that, we're going for a big pool or something. I don't see it here. The 2 winning race 4. And I think Secret Faith probably going to win race 3. So spread, press your opinion. Jackson D, though, I think this horse has a massive shot to win. There is a ton of speed going 2 turns, and speed doesn't usually do well going 2 turns on a fairgrounds turf course. And so 4 going to be a big price, maybe runs them off their feet, but I think there's other speed from the 11. There's some others that need the lead here. The 2 needs a pace setup, and I think gets it. I really do. Me Solution is live because doesn't need the lead, but going to press. But I think the 2, and who we get Thornton, and we talked about him. He riding for DeCoin. They hit at 30%. This horse 100% needs a pace setup and gets it. And DeCoin, a great trainer, and Thornton, a great jockey. Again, doesn't ride a ton of fairgrounds, but rides all over Louisiana, hits at 23%. This horse going to save ground and come flying, lay 100% hitting the board. I think this horse can win. Would be my long shot. So, of course, cheap ticket, I'm getting a single there. So it's really cheap. Your singles, Secret Faith in race 3, Touch Upon a Star in race 4. They're both just amazing state breds. I think they're both special. So I get a single. And again, my strongest opinion when race 1, Angelic Night. I think the 4 run a good race. 3, 6, 7, and 8. But it's a little bit tough. But I like this. I actually like this ticket, and we'll see what we can do. All right, let's go to race 7. This is would have been one of my best bets. Also, a best bet in race 9 is my bet. Race 9, my best bet of the card. I like the Exacta here. 1 over the 9. I think you Dutch it. I think Jose only has 1 mount in his first 6 races. So, he showed up late to the meet. I don't know what the deal is with that. He should be getting other mounts, but he hasn't been. So he'll pick them up, I think, as the meet goes on, else he's not going to stay here. So, I don't know. Very strange, but he'll start getting some mounts. But he on the 9, Laser Clad. I think this horse has a big shot to run off the pace. I like the Exacta. Boss of all bosses for Maker, 1 last out in a 50, and this is a 58, but going to have to approve. There's a lot of speed here, though. But I don't think Boss of All Bosses needs the lead. Showed the ability to rate in that maiden special. And I think we'll sit a good stalking trip from the inside. Love Barry J. Love, ride. The thing is, this horse has been, he's been facing Open Company. And this is state bred. So Maker places him perfect. Romped on the lead here. And again, I don't think needs the lead. I think can rate off the speed. And I think it's such a dream trip. You see the big 1%. On the turf, exactly pointing to a perfect state allowance race. And, in a way, it kind of towers over this group. The morning line, 1-1, even money on EE, or 1-1 for who like to say that. But I think the speed backs up. I think Ironclad Laser Clad, the horse that comes running for Bourgeois and in Jose. Stock the pace 3 back on the turf. He brings back over the turf, which I loved, and I showed speed last out at Delta and backed up. Should be able to stock the trip today. This horse, I like him both ways because if the 1 doesn't win, the 9 winning. So I think has a big shot there. I like the Exacta. I think you also could daily double into race 8 here. I think the 5 has a big look. This horse broke through the gate last out. See what the price is. But, some others have a shot here. If I was playing a horizontal, I might use others. But I like, from a daily double, just using 2 there into the 5 money man. So Exacta here. Hopefully we get, I don't know what the price is going to be. Maybe it's only 8 to 1, so you cut it in half with the box and get 4 to 1. But maybe we get 5 to 1 cut in half. So I like that bet there. And then best bet of the card is race 9. I love the Exacta. I already played it. 6-11. I only think those 2 horses can win. Only 6 and 11. I don't think anybody else can win this race. So I like the trifecta in situations like this because these are all prices underneath. I just show them all, but I probably kind of Dutch it and figure it out. Maybe maybe the 4 horses, $5 and, the others are $2 or something like that. But some of these others can run on. But this is not a great state bred stakes. And these are your 2 turf runners. And these are also your 2 horses coming from strong strength of race. So you see the 3, but I think this horse backs up on the lead. But the 6 and 11 are our 2 strongest strength of races here. 6 top and the 11 tied with the 3. And they also have the 2 strongest genetic strength ratings. This is a perfect equine edge play. So perfect. I don't know the price we'll get here. You can see the morning line efforts. I like the Exacta. Love it, love it, love it. I think you can daily double out of that last race, and you can daily double out of this race as well into who you like. But I love the try as well because the Exacta, maybe we only get 10 to 1 or 8 to 1, but the try I think will be the play. I think the try, you get one of these other runners, man, we're looking at a 60, 80 to 1 try or something. So, and again, maybe you press a little bit more on the 4 since, this could come 6-11 4 cold. It wouldn't surprise me. So that's my best bet right there. But we talked about the others if you just joined. Lots of great racing today at Fairgrounds. Amazing card, all state bred. I'm going to leave you with that just because that's the best bet. And I thought the last 3 races were so like the vertical plays today, not as much the horizontal, but we did have that horizontal early. If you want to start the video, it's really cheap and have a fun play. It's all my top picks, but great card. Good luck today. And, we'll be back soon tomorrow, coverage every day. And, thanks everybody for watching. I love it. Like to just contribute to people. And, we always have best bets here at Fairgrounds. And so good luck, y'all. Chat soon.